Hi, I'm Steve, and welcome to Bytes by Standard Chartered's Global Chief Investment Office. 3 takeaways from a turbulent first half of 2025. The first 6 months of 2025 will probably go down in history as the period when the world's economic tectonic plates shifted, setting the stage for a more balanced global order. The US, accidentally or deliberately, shed its exorbitant privilege, or exorbitant burden as the numero uno economy, forcing Europe and China to shoulder more of the responsibility of driving global growth. Investors felt the shift in their portfolios, with volatility spiking in April to levels typically seen during so-called black swan events, such as the COVID pandemic and the global financial crisis. Fortunately, this year's volatility spike was relatively short-lived, and risk assets have recovered their lost ground. There are 3 primary takeaways for investors from a turbulent first half. First, the Trump put is alive and well, hence, avoid event-driven panic selling, and focus on the hard data and investor positioning. Investors need to avoid panicking during any event-driven volatility. That is almost inevitable under an avowedly unpredictable policymaking setup in Washington. They should instead focus on the economic and earnings data. And, importantly, investor positioning. Second, China has found the US's Achilles heel: rare earths. Thus, chances of an all-out trade war have faded. Borrowing a term from the Greek mythology, China has found a chink, or a vulnerable point, in the US armor. China produces around 60% and processes around 90% of the world's supply of rare earths, critical minerals used in everything from defense fighter aircraft and electric cars, to robotics and high-end electronics. The key lesson here is that the US does not hold all the cards in its rivalry with China. Third, Germany, catalyzed by Trump's belligerence, has finally found its mojo. The last 2 takeaways send a salient message to investors: avoid overconcentration in US assets. The final lesson is that Trump, by threatening to reduce US military support for Europe, has forced Germany, Europe's largest economy, to step up to the table and assume greater leadership in shouldering more defense responsibilities and driving European growth. Although most of the fiscal spending will be felt from 2026 onwards, it is a tectonic shift for Europe and the world economy. This reinforces our final message: avoid overconcentration in US assets. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next episode.